Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, you guys? It is the Shit Show, episode 18. We got a banger today. We got ourselves CRYPTOGRFX in the house. We also have Hexecutioner and AJ Rip City. We're going to be talking crypto, DeFi, blockchain, all that kind of good stuff. Before we get cooking, I'm going to showcase a beautiful video in which, we believe, obviously, the founder of Pulsechain, Richard Hart, super cool dude, 45D chess, whatever you want to say. He's a time traveler. He's out here doing his thing. He came to the United States. He installed a bidet at his mother's house. And so before we bring these guys up, I'm going to kick you guys off with this video, and then we're going to get cooking. All right, you guys.
Do you want to be a king? Do you want to be a queen? Sitting on the throne, living in...
It's Richard Hart, rumored billionaire and bidet service technician. I'm here to install your bidet, sir.
It's the one and only Eagle Double G.
Here we go. Look at that technology right there. It's going to wash your butt, and your butt's going to be clean. Let's get to work. Woo! Ooh, doggy. Wow, this thing actually works great. Well, anyway, Richard Hart here, rumored to be a billionaire, installing a bidet for someone that I love. It seems to work just fine. It only costs $100, and well, I don't see any leaks. So, clean butts for everybody.
Do you want to be a king? Do you want to be a queen? Sitting on the throne, living in...
I got one more video, and it's about CRYPTOGRFX. Our boy AJ Rip City made this. This is a short one. It's like a minute. Just hang in there, and I'm going to bring these guys up. It's a banger. We're pleased to always present our guests with opportunities to get some videos that we're making for them so they can share it with their followers or their team members. I call them more team members because we're all in this as a team. We're building beautiful things for crypto, DeFi. So check it out.
And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Yes, sir.
Sick.
Dude, that wind up is just nuts.
I love it. That was dope. I was laughing the whole time I saw it the first time. I was like, no way, this is too good.
You're welcome, buddy.
And so we got Bets in the house also. He just popped into the room.
What up, Bets? Bang, bang.
Bang, bang, baby. Good to see everybody. Welcome, CRYPTOGRFX. Good to see you, man. It's been a hot minute.
It has been a hot minute.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Glad that you're back on the scene, buddy, for sure.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking warm and toasty with the beard. You're looking, like you're ready for winter. But good news is I believe the crypto winter is coming to a close, and I'm excited about it. I know you're excited about it. There's a lot of things cooking that, whether you're in the Pulsechain community, which I know you are, but you're also straddle the fence with Titanx community. So it's like you see PTGC doing awesome things in that alien tech. And then there's builders over in the Titanx community just like collaborating. And that's the coolest thing that I've noticed. I am a holder of Titanx and some of the other, protocols. But bottom line is what I do appreciate and admonish is their ability to build and collaborate and just like set their egos aside and let's go. You know what I mean? And I know that you have one-on-one coaching. You deal with people. You help people elevate their, get to their higher being of themselves, but also just increase their ability on their crypto journey. So, I mean, I guess what are you kind of seeing out there? Because you're kind of close to the bonfire, you're close to the flame. You see what people are doing. What are you kind of sensing and feeling on both, Ethereum and Pulsechain and crypto as a whole?
What am I seeing just in general as like, what do you mean specifically there?
Well, I mean, I guess what's the excitement level? What's the collaboration? I mean, I'm not asking you to give me any secret sauce per se, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like, what's your bullish meter looking like these days, versus like maybe like, I don't know, a year and a half ago where everyone was kind of crying.
Oh yeah, well that's easy. I mean, like a year and a half ago, everyone was like, "My God, is this all a scam? Are we all just left to die out here?" And now there's excitement in the air. People are really looking forward to the future. Things are shifting majorly, and what's been really cool about the Titan X ecosystem. The reason why I hopped on board is because there's just a level of camaraderie and community acceptance, and there's a level of encouragement, that is just cool to see with the Titan X ecosystem. And so, both sides of the fence, so to speak, if we're talking about Pulsechain and Titan X being two sides, there's different levels there's different types of excitements. There's excitement all around. And I do see that building slowly. And as, the RH court case comes up closer here, people are getting a little excited, as we get some kind of confirmation, some kind of clarity, on the future for Pulsechain. Like you can see people are getting really stoked for the future. I mean, the bull market's, walking up the street towards this year, and things are kind of coming to a crescendo slowly. And I mean, hard not to be excited no matter where you're standing or sitting.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Executioner, but I know you've been around the block, as far as the blockchain goes. I mean, at a certain point when things really start clapping off, if you will, it's almost like you could like be blindfolded and throw like a dart and like, obviously there's winners that are winners, you know what I mean? And you want to be in the winners that have product market fit. But it's like Hart's law too. It's like when the liquidity is set in a way, you could be like in a project that just, whatever, and it could just rip.
Yeah. I think that, it depends on the intentions of the community that's there.
Right.
I know that they say that, rising tide rises all ships, but I mean, it depends on how many people are over leveraged.
True.
So time will tell with a lot of those things. There'll be a lot of things that will be successful, but there's going to be a lot of stuff that's not going to ride for very long. But I mean, you could kind of see who the winners are, the ones who are bringing in volume, the ones who are kind of loud, the ones that are bringing in hype, the ones that are continuing to keep doing those things, keeping more energy inside the system itself. If they're doing it now, imagine what it's going to look like when everyone starts to turn their sentiment from off to on, that's kind of what I'm waiting for. I think it's going to be interesting to see. I think that there's like a certain part of the community that's like, I'm running out of time with this court date that's coming. Like, because they're like on the bullish side, like they think it's going to get dismissed, even though there's probably like a 1% chance that that's going to happen. But imagine how bullish that would be if it did happen, and you really were like, it might not happen, but if it does, whoa, look out. And then there's other people that are just on the other side of the fence that are waiting to see what's going to happen, and then maybe make their moves after that, and then be like, if I'm a little late, if I was wrong, then it's fine, whatever. But I mean, this is coming. I mean, every day you wake up, you're a little bit closer to potential Christmas, right?
The long-awaited Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's coming, whether you like it or not. And
we also have November 5th, which is coming too very soon. So whatever side of the fence you sit on, there's a potential in the United States, there's a potential president that might be more crypto leaning than another one. Who knows what the outcomes of that going to be, but that could be very good for the space. I guess aside from that, I know that graphics, you do a stream. Are you doing it weekly with our boy Kindness now? What's going on there?
Yep.
Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah. So he reached out to me a little while ago and was like, I think we would be a great, because Kindness and I go back a couple of years now since we met, and we've been talking regularly. And I think he's just such an awesome dude. And then he basically reached out to me and said, why don't we do a regular stream? I think that'd be awesome, because we have so much chemistry, so much we align with on many, many different levels, even outside of crypto. And this is like a no-brainer. Yeah. As soon as he asked the question, really. And I mean, there's nothing else to say other than it's been a blast the last few weeks. And I think that going forward, it's going to be really fun to have a regular stream where him and I are, there is sides of the fence, so to speak, if you want to play that game, but I, and he as well are kind of trying to play the game from a different level where, you're in each part of the fence, in each yard, but you're not attached to it where like you're identified with it and you're like so of it that you are against other things in order to be in. It's like I'm here to win. I'm here to play the game. I'm here to be a part of communities. I'm here to help people grow, help myself grow, and I can't do that to the best of my ability. And I think Jeff's the same way. If you're in one community so deeply that you're against others, and so I'm for every single aspect of what of the communities I'm in. And I think that's what's so exciting about the stream.
Yeah, I think that when you transition to that point where you realize that there's smart people in South America, and there's smart people in Russia, and there's smart people all around the world, and then you pull that back and you say, oh wait, there's smart people in other blockchains, and they're building really cool things. And make no mistake, I do believe that Pulsechain is going to have its day in the sun, and there's a lot of smart hexagons. There's a lot of great people. The Hedron, Icosa. I mean, Alex is, you know what I mean? We had a stream yesterday with, Sunny Detective, Hexecutioner. Your mind was blown. You guys spoke the same language. I just shut up in the corner and just try to absorb it like a sponge. Just like I probably picked up 15% of what he was putting down, but nevertheless, I want to show up in the room, and I want to be in that room where I listen to smart people. You know what I mean? And to that point, you're talking about, being in a position where you guys put yourself in that place where you're able to absorb and learn from other people and be a part of that building process with other people. And Vibra Finance, he's a great example of someone who always puts himself in that position where he's opened his mind to other avenues in which where he can learn and act upon those, convictions that he has.
We got the Hexecutioner petting the puppy. I just love that. Hey, real quick, guys, I want to sound off because look, a lot of us have been here, especially in the Pulsechain community. A lot of us have been here a very long time. All the way since Hex, the launching of Pulsechain, being through the barest of bears, and obviously, all of us are wanting more, right? We want more. We want things to happen. We want them to happen now. But gosh, with Titan X coming out, not everybody was on board, man. Not everybody was in love with Jake. Not everybody was listening to the people that were shouting it from the rooftops that this could be a thing, right? This could be a thing that could lift all of us. And I love that, obviously, that I listened. I listened to some smart people in the community that were talking great things. And look, some of us are really happy that we're here, but God, we needed this to happen. It is happening on Ethereum, but we need this value to be happening for Pulsechain. Pulsechain being the greatest blockchain on the planet that nobody knows about yet. And we're just adding those Ethereum users. And guess what happens? Once Pulsechain starts pumping, which it will, just a matter of time. It's not if, it's when. Those people that are watching, that are new on Ethereum into the Titan X ecosystem, look, where are they going to come? The same thing that happened with Hex with the high fees and the shit that we went through, man, that's going to happen in Titan X. And where are they going to come? They're going to come to Pulsechain, and thank God there's something happening that gives us a little hope. I mean, we needed this energy, this momentum, and I think it's all going to work out in the end. And I think everyone that didn't get a position, that's kind of in the dumps right now, just hang in there, man, because everything's going to happen. Everything happens for a reason, and I believe that Richard Hart has built the best ecosystem on the planet, and here we are, right? Here we are.
Amen.
100%.
Amen. So what have you seen, graphics, as far as the what has brought the community together on the Titan X side? Like, what can Pulsechain glean from what's taking place in the Titan X ecosystem?
It's a great question. I mean, man, there's honestly so much that I think I've personally learned from the Titan X ecosystem. I mean, starting from the ground floor, there's a level of openness and willingness to hear other people's opinions. Because I mean, in order to build, you're essentially allowing someone to express themselves and their opinion of what they think should be built and created on top of something else, you know? And when you allow people to have that kind of expression, that kind of creativity, there's a level of openness and connectedness that you get on an individual level. And there's encouragement, you know, you encourage people to, play ball, so to speak, but also have standards and not forget the standards in the process, because I think that's important, you know?
Yeah.
And that's one thing that's been fantastic about the Titan X community. You know, it hasn't been just, okay, everyone just go make stuff, you know, just go create whatever. And then you have people coming out left, right, and center, just making something just to rug the community. Like, there's been attempts at that, you know, there's been the odd attempt, but because of having a standard that's not also so high or so unattainable that only a select few are allowed to play ball, you know, it allows people to come forward with ideas and concepts that not only benefit themselves, but the community, and grow more ideas and more innovation. And I think the important thing that I'm seeing with all of that is how inviting it is for people. You know, it's a place where people feel like they can come, they can share ideas, they can get excited about something, they can get excited about new things. It's creating a lot of energy and buzz, you know. And even if everything isn't, let's say, the next 100x gem, let's say, all these innovations are things people can get excited about. People can learn in the process. And you know, I think to apply it back over to Pulsechain, you know, it's a challenge, because you do have a founder that, you know, says he doesn't need anything to be built on Pulsechain, which is fair enough, because if he has a master plan, he's playing his 9D, 5D, whatever chess, you know, you want to trust in a guy that's going to do that. And there's also the other side of that, where if you overly trust in someone's, you know, word that or idea of what they're going to do, you can kind of nip a lot in the bud, so to speak, and you can prevent a lot of really cool stuff from happening, a lot of excitement from happening. And there's good that comes in that too. Like, there's a lot of scams that have been prevented on the Pulsechain ecosystem from having this kind of framework, where, you know, people are very skeptical, because there's been a lot of leeches that have tried to come in and take advantage of the hexagons and the pulsecons and the pulsexicons. So I think, I think the Pulsechain community could find a balance, you know, between what Titan X has done and what is already going on within Pulsechain. And it's to some degree. I don't know what that degree is, but I think there's a lot to be learned from the Titan X community personally.
Yeah, I feel the same way. You know, I mean, RH, it is what it is with everything in the sec, and his hands tied and going radio silent and whatnot. But he also did say build, you know, and you know, we are where we are. People have, you know, found their way to one thing or another because of him, bottom line. And it's been a journey. You know, even if you look at Jake and everything, you know, that you know, he took a little bit from Zen and from RH, and, you know, a little bit of everything. and made this thing. Isn't that not the idea, to build upon what you learn or what have you? Now, others make the case that, a vampire attack, this or that, but I mean, I don't know, man. You can't control the world. You can't control everything. The market's the market. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, it's every other L1 out there is very vibrant, alive, and well. I sit in a lot of spaces in different communities, and Jesus, they are just they're rocking. And here we are squabbling over peanuts and the same money sloshing around, and like it's an insane asylum, and it's hard, to bring people over when they see all this bickering. Like, it's the same old shit. So here's the turning the page, changing the narrative, and moving forward, and being positive, and grow, and continue to expand here on Pulsechain, and make it what we all want and know what it is and can be. For sure.
Well, I'm real excited that the builders are building on Titanx. The builders are building within Pulsechain. And that sometimes it just takes a little bit of those green candles to bring people across the bridge. People are building new bridge protocols that allow people to enter the space. The cool thing that I like to see about, like with Pulsar, where they're trying to straddle the fence.
Yeah.
And I know that you made a video recently, Graphics, about that. Is like, not only do you have the ability for a Titan, a Titan wallet that has a lot of Ethereum to pump, buy and burn, Titan X. You also have whatever you want to call it, Sack Daddy. So Pulsar's in a place where not only they get the Titan X levels going up, but they also get the ability for the Pulsechain levels to go up when that money enters the space. So it's going to bring a lot of new eyes and attention to things. I know one, slogan that we always talk about here is like, they came for the memes and they stayed for the DeFi. And it's like, how do we get eyeballs and attention onto Pulsechain, and then show them the more extravagant, the more elaborate, type, hex CDs on the blockchain, T-shares, Hedron, Icosa. How do we get people into these areas of deep DeFi and understand these deep waters? Like, that Hexecutioner is always blowing my mind with, just like, I'm just like, oh, geez. I try to get on this level, but, I'm getting there, right? We're all getting there. And we've all been in this space for a long time. But some people are just like swimming in the deep section all the time. And that's the beautiful thing about this space.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, so you're asking, how do you get people to come for the memes and stay for the DeFi, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think I think there's a few things to that personally. First thing that comes to mind is, you're not gonna create that with everyone,
Right.
and there's kind of a level of acceptance of like, okay, you can't try and bring everyone on board. You gotta figure out, what is the point where people become interested in DeFi from memes, and ask the question to qualify. Okay, well, where's that tipping point? What level of knowledge is usually at that point, and maybe catering to those people at that level is the prime opportunities. Like, if people aren't ready to learn something or hear something, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And no amount of throwing their face is going to allow you to do that. So I think finding that medium point and then pointing all your focus and energy at going there, and then allowing the crossover to slowly happen. Watching people go across the bridge, figuratively speaking, right, to the DeFi world, and saying, hey, where are they going? And then become curious over time, which leads a more organic style of funneling, so to speak. And I mean, maybe you could target the lesser of the meme, or the meme side as well. But I think focusing more on that point where people are already ready is probably the most sensitive point to hit, so to speak.
Yeah, and the cool thing I like in Titan X that they talk about a lot too is like memify, right? And it's like this
memefy.
MemeFi, and it's kind of like what I told you prior to this. We're not going to get into it, and we really won't. Obviously, we have a King Pooie and a Queen Pooie. King Pooie is just a straight PRC20 token, and there's a lot of other things we're going to strap onto. But what I'm trying to get at is the topic that I always had with Randy Hilarski was like, how do we give it legs? How do we attach like digital assets, whether it's music, NFTs attached with art, whether it's crypto merch, or is it online casinos? How do we attach these other mechanisms into that, where it's not just a funny dog picture and pray to God that it goes up? How do we attach like real world assets to it, but it has those memify type attributes? And of course, Queen Pooie's, the tokenomics is, we'll just say alien tech. We'll just say that much. So it's like, how do we get it to be more? And that's what I see the Titan community doing with, whether it's Morpheus and our boy Facing Reality and Rags to Riches, and they're trying to go down this path. And that's what I love. I mean, it has to be an evolution of making it more than just a dog picture. And I appreciate the community aspect of what is being built. But when you can attach other real world assets to it and its community, it's going to send
100%.
So, yep. So I guess the cool thing is I'm excited that, like, Kool-Aid's doing his thing. He's another guy that, I love getting the 3:30 in the morning phone call and I have to wake up because it's like, what the heck are you doing? But he has something that he wants to hit you with, and you do pick up the phone and you listen to him, and, he's building. He's bringing some really cool aspects to the space. He's involved in the gaming aspect. I mean, that's one aspect. He turned us on to an actual gaming dev who is helping us build some gaming type aspects on our back end. But point being is he's trying to bring some stuff to the crypto space and Pulsechain with like gaming and FanForge and just like bringing Hollywood to the chain too. So those are like, even though it's not like real estate on chain, it's things that people value, in the space, whether it's art, music, gaming. It's not like a piece of gold, but it is value. It's something that people resonate with, and that's going to be exciting. And I can't wait for that too. Of course, we got this guy right here, Red Squirrel, oi, oi. You guys know him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, brother. We'll get back to showing some of his NFTs or his AI artwork that he's got going. It's really sick, really sick. We're gonna get out there, show some of the sloss work, the DDS stuff that's out there. I don't know if John Boy punch up one or two as we go along, but yeah, man.
Dude, we got anything funny? Let's do something funny.
Yeah. So did you guys show graphics?
Come on.
We got anything funny? Come on.
Yeah.
Konnichiwa!
Oh, good God.
Konnichiwa!
Yeah, we always got something funny. I mean, I think at the end of the day, there's some serious aspects to crypto that need to be very serious. There's all that kind of security stuff that you need to take serious. Hardware wallets, get them, guys. Understand the ins and outs of it, especially going into the bull run. If you capture 100x off your $10,000, don't fumble your bag. Don't be clicking on sites. Don't be doing anything silly. Have your hardware wallets in place. But to your point, as far as Rip City saying fun, yes, we are trying to make crypto fun again. I mean, there's been a lot of infighting. I don't really pay attention to it because we've been so busy building. Like, people are like, "Hey, did you see that?" It's like, not really, because we were just trying to build. We're trying to bring life and attention to crypto as a whole and to Pulsechain. And like we always say, like, we are just trying to get people to get out of the matrix. It's our opportunity to show people DeFi, how to escape the government institutions and corporate entities that are trying to suck the life out of you. It's no secret that there's a ruse on people in the banking system, and that we have that opportunity in crypto to show people a different way. And I believe that, at the end of it, I believe Jake Sharp believes that. I believe that Richard Hart, for sure, I know that. I mean, he knows that if you change the money, you change the world. And so crypto does that. And we all believe that. And so it's like, how do we get people into it? How do we attract them to do so? And I believe that we're trying to play our role in that.
King Pooie, that's what you just said. King Pooie?
I think so. Yeah, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So, hey, so any new books, anything coming up on the horizon there, graphics? Which what are you cooking in the lab these days?
Well, I mean, I just released a full guide to Titan X, like a 40-page manual. So if anyone does want to learn the base of the ecosystem, it's got every metric, every possible thing you need to know about the ecosystem or about the core of the ecosystem. It doesn't go into game theory or anything, but it's free on my website. So that has been the main thing I whipped up over the last while. I mean, always
Can
just
you throw a link in there for us and put it up there?
Bam, there it is. And it just to let you
Yeah.
guys know, I just
is.
put it in the, yeah, it's right there. There's the cryptographics.com one-on-one coaching. It's also in the description for all those that are watching on the replay gang. Just to let you know, I have graphics, Twitter, his website. I forget what else I threw in there, but all that kind of information to find the man, the myth, the legend. He's been in this space. I don't know. I mean, shoot, I think the first video that I seen you come out with, I said, oh shit. I reached out to Crypto Heartbeat. I said, you need to get in touch with this dude. Because, bottom line is I remember the lighting, but bottom line is you had composure. You had a good flow. You're still trying to figure your voice out. I know that much, but I knew that you were on the trajectory and the path in which that you were jumping in the deep section to learn. And that you wanted to help other people learn along this journey with you. And so it's when you have that passion that's when you know that someone has something. I don't care what it is. I mean, I don't care if I go out to the street and I see a garbage man and he has passion. Hats off to you. You're doing what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Hey, I remember little Steve. Little Steve came out. So clean shaven, wearing his backpack. Oh, man. Look at him now, man. Look at him now.
Times have changed, man. If you guys ever get the chance, so because you guys, everyone's super familiar, and this is just a funny thing that I've noticed. I did this probably like 6 months ago, and I was just shocked and laughed my ass off about it. But essentially, I'm so used to the way I present now, so used to the way I talk now, so used to the way that my videos are organized now. And if you go back and you watch my first stream,
yeah, dude,
just watch the first 2 minutes. It is hilarious, just the difference. And it's also cool because, I've been really thankful in how much there's been in this journey of getting into crypto. I mean, I started making videos, I think it was early 2022. I actually got involved only in 2021. And it's actually my mom that got me involved, which is always, I always love people's reaction to that. Everyone does the same thing. Huh? Really? Nice. So, but it was, I never expected to be sitting here with you guys, having 2 years under my belt of publicly speaking. And, it was just, none of this was supposed to happen. And it's just been so much fun. And I'm just super thankful.
I disagree. I think it was meant to be, buddy. You're here and we're grateful to have you. And your journey has been epic. And thank God for people like you and everyone else that's growing. And, just watching your journey has been great, dude. Thank you so much.
Oh, I appreciate it. It's the journey. It's really been all my pleasure, seriously, because, I know to me, at least, it's just kind of crazy how it's turned out. But at the same time, and going back to the whole community thing, this kind of ties into that. I think the most valuable thing that I've personally gained from these last 2-3 years has been the connections and the people. Crypto has been one thing. The opportunities and, creating a business around it's been great. But there's been absolutely nothing better than the connections and the people that I've come in contact with and been connected to in this space. And it all started with just a buddy of mine saying, you either need to create a YouTube channel or TikTok. And I said, hell no to TikTok, and it all started from that.
Yeah.
China.
Hey, shout out to Sloth here. Much love, brother. Thank you for taking a break in between potential teeth cleanings there. Good God, I got to go to the dentist on Friday. I'm not looking forward to it, but hey, gonna get myself some fillings. Good stuff, Sloth. Appreciate your support.
Good to see you, good to see you. I read your comments. That's hilarious.
The Dr. Sloth.
Right?
Yeah, it's great. Like you said, this journey, and it kind of goes back to the people. I mean, like, I don't know about you, but like, dude, I mean, I want to respect everyone's privacy because some people in crypto be private, but if you get the opportunity to do like in life real meetups, go. go because it strengthens the bond so strong. I mean, it's just, yeah, I'm just saying, when you find people that have the same mission, cause, and belief in what you're doing and that same passion, yeah, you just can't take that seed within you that it's been planted and it just continues to grow. And you just want to move the space even more, further along down the road. So yeah, good stuff.
Hey, I got a question for your graphics. So I was mentioning the show to a guy the other day, and he's a no coiner, and I was like, we should ask a question to our guests, like what good advice you would give to a no coiner coming into crypto.
Ooh, I mean, that's a really, 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 really good question. The biggest thing I would say I guess it's more, you're saying advice or
yeah, just simple advice,
Yeah.
I mean, I know what I say, but yeah, what do you got?
I mean, take the best way I've found now this is just from personal, everyone doesn't learn the same, but if you're like me, I learned from getting my hands dirty and playing ball constantly. And this space can seem, when you listen to the wrong people and you listen to the noise, this space can seem scary, complicated, dangerous, full of scams, full of dangerous people. But it's so different than that when you cut that out and you start to get your hands dirty. You just play with a little bit, start to dip your toe in, find some questions, find people that you can begin to ask questions to. Like for the guy who asked the question essentially, or is the no coiner that AJ is referring to, ask questions to AJ. Ask questions, then go play ball again. Go figure out what you don't know. Ask more questions. And then eventually this is a snowball kind of effect where you start from, I know nothing, to now I know that now I know what a wallet is. Now I know why I need to keep my seed phrase safe. Now I know why I need a hardware wallet. Now I know how to move from a centralized exchange to my personal wallet. And I know how to do a swap. And this is this snowball effect that happens. And I mean, I'm sure all you guys could speak to this that are here on the panel, is like, all this takes time. Mm-hmm. It is a journey. You're going to make mistakes. But if you look at mistakes as a negative, you're doing it wrong. Every single mistake you make is the most powerful experience you can have in crypto, because you're never going to make it again. And you're going to learn so much from every mistake you make.
So damn true, man. And, unfortunately, like we have stumbled and made mistakes. It's been a literal shit show for the launch of King Pooie, literally. And, we do apologize, and we've always had the best intentions at heart. So we're working forward, but these are, like you're saying, man, like lessons where you've walked through the fire, and it's just it's a process, and time reveals all truths. You see people's true colors, etc. So looking forward to turning the page, moving forward, and going from there.
To that point, AJ brought up a point saying, this journey in graphics journey for the last 2 years, and everything happens for a reason. I truly am a true believer of that. Even the most difficult things, they obviously say, pressure is a privilege, and that this opportunity to go through trials and tribulations is often granted to you because it's there for you to become stronger. And so to that point, as far as that no coiner and that ability to learn and stumble and fall, I would say find a crypto chain where it's, maybe Ethereum's not your first go around. If you could get someone into a chain where they can, like Georgia Carrera, shout out to Georgia. Georgia, you are a queen of Pulsechain. I know we made a video about the queens of Pulsechain with Whitney Magic, and you thought, hey, at least I'm a queen of Richard Hart. Yeah, okay. But she always talks about setting up liquidity with like $3. You know what I mean? So get into a place where you can play around. Get into a space where you can fumble, you can mess up, and it's not going to cost you $20 for, like on Ethereum, where you're like, oh my gosh, I guess I'm not eating Applebee's tonight because I just messed up. Get into a place where you can, like we talked about yesterday, Hexecution, where you can rip apart the engine. You can take a look at things, you can understand the mechanics of it, and then you could piece it back together and you can know that, okay, that's how it goes together. Sweet. And now I can put my foot on the accelerator and I can drive down this road of crypto journey, knowing a lot more than I did before. So,
hey, yeah. I hear that, you know, when Jake says, you know, we had the greatest intentions. When in the back of my head, I'm just like, the path to hell was led with great intentions, you know, in my head. And it's like, dude, it does not. Hey, it matters what happens when you get back up, dude. You fall down, you make the mistake, you get back up, and you conquer everything else. And that is what we're trying to do. Everything that we've done, obviously, you can tell we're coming on every single day. We're talking about the thing. We're making it happen. We've done unprecedented things with, you know, paying people back. Can I just get every dollar that I've had that somebody scammed me on? Please, God, for God. We're doing things that nobody else has done to prove ourselves to this community that we've been here from the beginning. We're here. We're hardened. We're like iron sharpens iron, man. And we're going to keep moving forward and making the best blockchain that we can. I wouldn't want to be in a better place, dude. We're learning, we're growing, and we're doing what we need to do to make things better.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, I think everyone needs to. I think everybody over a certain period of time, when they get into any of these ecosystems, that they have to develop a plan, right? A strategy that they find themselves to be comfortable with. So that way you don't have the inevitable paralysis that kicks in, the thing that stops you from clicking the button that moves you forward in your plan. And I think that one of the places to start with developing of a plan is to actually figure out what a budget is, right? Not your budget for how to pay your bills, but just your original budget on how you would invest in these ecosystems in and of themselves. Obviously, those percentages have probably changed based off of your experience that you gain through speaking with those community members that you're getting in those ecosystems with, that make you feel a certain way. Because I know that having emotion in these things is not a really good thing to have, because it'll change how you behave. But everybody does it. Everybody does it. I know. Well, before Pulsechain was around, that I would speak to a lot of market makers that were in ETH, that were market make with ETH and market make with Hex, but they all said the same thing when they were doing both with ETH and Hex, is that they loved them both. They were very emotional about both of them. And if you tried to get them to like look into other things, they would immediately say no. They wouldn't even take it into consideration. And then they would miss a lot of opportunities in those types of things, because you stick your head in the sand. There's certain things that fly over your head that you're just not paying attention to. And I think that that's also a mistake that people should probably like develop in their planning of how they're going to do investments with these types of things in the future. Is really important to take those things into consideration. So, like I said, you don't have that paralysis that inevitably will happen to you when you make mistakes. Right. Like yesterday I was saying, you know, I'd rather just burn one car to the ground and learn all the mistakes that I could have like figured out with doing those mistakes that ended up with that blaze of glory. But I definitely don't want to be the guy that burns 50 cars. And then, you know, I realize after that I'm just a dumbass. You know what I mean? Like, develop some sort of plan that stops that from happening to you, you know?
For sure. Yeah, I was having a back and forth conversation to that point, like emotional fitness too, as far as like a no coiner. Prepare yourself for emotional ebb and flows. I mean, there are moments where you will feel so euphoric that it's, you know, it's just beyond. And then there's times that it could just get you so low. And so it's like trying to find a place where you can be even killed. And I do believe that this space is evolving to the point where these parabolics, you know, swings to the upside and downside may not be as strong as they have been, but nevertheless, they are. And be prepared for it. Be prepared for both, and have that plan in place, because it will come. And
well, here on Pulsechain, it's definitely gonna happen when some shit moves over from ETH. Like, things are gonna pop. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, I mean, to that point, you know, Executioner, you brought up the point that there was 500, you know, K on the bridge. I mean, that's not millions yet, but that's money moving. And so
about an hour previous to that, there was another $500,000 worth of EHEX that got moved across from Ethereum over to Pulsechain as well. So, I mean, within 2 hours, there was $1 million worth of actual value that was coming across the chain. Man. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I mean, it could get paired to each other, right? It could get paired with other things. Who knows? But either way, the fact that it's on the bridge itself, which I'm going to probably, keep touting that's the most important metric on Pulsechain is what assets are actually on the bridge, because that's the only thing that actually brings value to anything that's on Pulsechain. And anyone who's been around since the beginning of Pulsechain would know exactly what I'm saying when I say that, because it was all ratio trading previous to the bridge being acknowledged and open in the first place, which was a very fun time for those of us that understand ratios. But as soon as that bridge is opened, boom, you had a dollar value. That will never change. That will always be the case. And it's also a metric that you want to watch and pay attention to, especially with guys that play 5D chess, right? That 5D chess, that is one of the things that will be a thing that, say that this case gets over with, Richard starts actually having, the guardrails coming off per se, where he can actually go do some things that he needs to get done. Updates start occurring with the largest DEX that's on the network in and of itself. And then you guys will actually see what 5D chess really is.
It's coming.
And it's confusing. I know that's confusing because I'm talking about things that don't technically exist yet, but they will come and it will happen. And I will be more than happy to explain exactly what that means at that time with actual stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's coming. KP coming. Hey, real quick, guys, I got to run into the plant. But if you are watching this stream, if it's getting tweeted out, whatever, Graphics, thank you for coming on and hanging out with us and just spending a little time to share your wisdom. We love you, bro, and keep doing what you're doing. But if you are a founder or if you're a lover of crypto and you want to come on the show, on the Shit Show, and hang out with us for about an hour and just shoot the shit, we'd love to have you. Get a hold of me. What is it? AJ Rip City Hex on Twitter or Rip City Pulse on Telegram, and we'll get you booked and have you come on, and we'll have a little fun.
We'll
Thanks
shoot the shit.
Yeah, this is great. I appreciate you guys having me on. This is a lot of fun.
Epic.
It's going to get exciting. I want to do it again. I want to hear more about, the deeper waters of things that as they evolve, as builders continue to build. Again, it's going to get hectic in a good way. It really is. I mean, if you try to understand every protocol that's popping up in the Titanx community, it's getting crazy. If you're trying to understand everything that's going to pop off in Pulsechain, it's just going to get crazy. You're going to see stuff like shoot up like bamboo shoots where you're like, where did that come from? It's just someone building, and all of a sudden it just takes off, and it's just going to happen. You're going to be in the space, and you just can't. Your web is just like you're trying to understand everyone building, what they're doing, who's the big brain over here, who's the turbo dork over there, what they're doing. And bottom line, it's all good stuff that's happening, and I'm excited about the journey for everyone. Yeah, I really am. Yeah.
Hey, and we did talk about graphics coming on regularly. Maybe we can get Kindness on here as well and get you guys teaming up. Maybe we could do a dual stream or something like that. That would be cool too.
That could be interesting.
I'll reach out to the Michigan man and try to get him on here.
Nice.
We'll talk, and I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Hoorah, guys. Hoorah.
Stay warm out there, because I know the cold's coming. We're in the northwest. A lot of us are in the northwest here. I'm down in north.
Do you snowboard, Graphics?
I ski. I don't have anything anymore. I used to actually be a freestyle ski coach. Yeah.
Really?
I was a freestyle ski coach for 5 years. Yeah, in slope style and big air. It was a lot of fun.
Dang. Do you still get out there, or did you hang them up?
I haven't been able to get out there the last number of years. It's just been unable to really. But I definitely love it.
You haven't lost it though.
No, honestly, it's like riding a bike.
That's what I mean. Like
it's a little scary because it's like, when you ride a bike and you're just riding on the streets, one thing, but when you used to ride a bike and do all sorts of stuff that's like in the air and sideways, and then you don't want to do the same level of riding the bike, but it still comes back pretty quick.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah.
No black diamonds right out the gate. Okay.
Yeah, no.
No black diamonds. You know, like I'm. You know, I ain't no shame in my game. I'm 44. I am not going to go hit the half pipe with my snowboard, but I will gladly carve down the mountain and look at the
views, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, just you know, vibe out, knowing that like I'm on the mountain. I'm athletic. I'm having fun, and the views on views,
Stellar.
views on views. I mean, it's like, I don't care if you just took the chairlift up to the top of the mountain and you could get a ride down somehow with someone. Go enjoy the fact that there's a creation where, like, if you get above the clouds sometimes too, I don't know about you guys, but like you see like a sunset and it's just like a carpet of pink and you're like, oh my gosh, I think I died and went to heaven. You know what I mean? This is just amazing. I mean, it's just, fantastic.
I'd love to actually share a story with you guys. So I was not, so I was in Vancouver at the time, and there's a hill called Grouse that is there. And I was doing the coach, and just to speak to the moments that can happen there, it's just like so cool. I was there with my team. We were night skiing, and all my guys were savages. Like they're on the big line, the 60, 70 foot line that was there, and they're all hitting big jumps, doing like 7s, 9s. A couple guys were doing like switch 10s, and I was sitting there watching this go down, and I look over to my right, and on that jump line, there's the chairlift that goes up, and I look over, and there's this like line of people that are sitting on the snow, and everyone on the chairlift is just watching these guys go off these jumps, do all this stuff, and it was one of the coolest moments I've ever experienced. You look down, you see, and during all this is happening to you, you look down, you see the city of Vancouver and all the lights down below. You see the trees and you see the silhouette of the mountains. It was just like such a cool moment. You can only have those types of moments on a ski hill, man. I'm telling you. For sure. I mean, it's like a postcard up there. Oh yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? Yep. 100%.
Heaven on earth.
Huh?
Heaven on earth.
Oh, it is. I mean, I don't care what path you've gone down to. If you've like, you know, someone who's like, oh, you know, hey, it's amazing. I mean, you know, you could be on an island with palm trees, but there's something to be said about being on a mountain with snow and that view that's so breathtaking. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love being on the beach with palm trees and seeing crystal clear water. That's beautiful. But yeah, those moments that, you know, they are ingrained within you, and it just resonates with us as human beings. So yeah.
So to that point, when we're up in Whistler, making our way up there, we'll give you a holler, hit you up, try to make something happen.
Please do. I haven't been to Whistler in a minute, and man, that is one of the greatest. Oh, it's just incredible. Like the village, the two hills, the enormity of both of them. Like it feels like it takes 30, 40 minutes to go from the top down to the bottom. And by the time you get to the bottom, you're like, man, I got to go again. Like I'm exhausted.
Yeah, it's huge. And then just even the rides, the gondolas from one mountain to the other, it's black. It's great. So,
all the way up to the glacier in Seventh Heaven. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's a trip. It's worthwhile.
Really. Oh yeah.
But keep you in mind.
Please do.
Well, thank you for coming on. Let's do it again. I'm excited about the crypto space moving forward. I'm excited about your journey. If anybody's watching on the replay, gang, down in the description, CRYPTOGRFX, he has his website. If you're unseasoned and you want to get up to speed, he has a course. He has one-on-one coaching. He can help you out. Yeah. Thank you again for coming on. Thank you, Executioner. Thank you, Rip City. Thank you, Vetch, for being here. Exciting stuff ahead of us in crypto land here, you guys. Keep building.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Keep networking, all that kind of good stuff. And to that point, I'm going to hit us with a little outro here that has to do with there's a Pulsechain meetup coming here, and it's exciting. It's going to be in March 6th through the 9th in Las Vegas. If you get the opportunity to go to any of these in-life real meetups, go do it. It's good. You know, if you're in a position where, one, financially you could do it, but two, you're okay with, you know, going out, shaking hands and throwing back a couple drinks and networking, go do it. It's worth the while. And it just so happens, the cool thing about 369, the number within the Hex Chain ecosystem, March 9th is my birthday. So I guess for the foreseeable future, I'm going to be basically hanging out, spending my birthday with a bunch of people in crypto space. So I'm excited for that.
Hey, we got Bistro coming on tomorrow.
Oh, you're right.
Bistro.
I will show that video also. We have MCR Triple Dab coming in. Let me hit everyone with this video, and then I'll come back in. And
Thanks, Graphics.
Video.
Thank you, guys.
Love you, bro.
Thank you. Peace. Hoorah. Shit show Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then tomorrow we have Triple Dad coming on, MCR. Man, they're building all kinds of stuff, you guys. Here's a short video of that. And then I'm going to hit you with an outro. The outro will be the queens of crypto, because obviously what we're building with King Pooie and Queen Pooie, we believe that the women of crypto, especially the Hexagon women that are just badass bitches, they know DeFi, unlike any other women in blockchain. And so I'll show you that video real quick on the outro. But here is our man.
And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
It's a trap!
See you guys in Vegas in March.
Crypto queens, yeah, we rising to the top. Richard Hart, Pulsechain will never stop. Self-improvement, wealth, we're breaking the mold. Queens of the kingdom, watch us unfold. Whitney Magic counting millions, moving fast. Charlie 2020, turning art into crypto cash. Man, I'm bringing NFTs, painting digital dreams. Sammy Chica, Hexagon, Aussie pride on the scene. Tam, repping Richard Hart every day. Evangelist for freedom, changing the game away. Jackie Mean Queen, got the world laughing loud. Harmonic Hexagon, singing to crypto crowd.
Queens of the kingdom, crypto in our veins. We own the future, breaking every chain.
Hex and Pulsechain, building our wealth.
King Pooie, Queen Pooie, reigning in stealth.
From the shining city high on the hill,
Freedom through DeFi, we flexing that skill.
crypto's our path to self-improvement and gain.
Queens of the blockchain, we're changing the game.
SMO spider weaving webs across the net. Viber Lindsay teaching how to grow and reset. CC Blonde Texan, crypto crown untied. While SJ traveling, taking crypto to new heights. KTP OG from the land down under. Samantha Yoga Queen, Zen moves like thunder. Ashley Ash, Cosmic Chic on another plane. Sandy Beach spreading love, changing up the game. Jory the network diva, connecting the dots. Rachel the education star, always on top. Crypto culture, a badass, bossing up with pride. Crypto stylist, always fashion by her side. Hot for the queen, stacking up her bags. Suzanne the diamond queen, dripping riches like swag. Queen the beauty beast, moving fierce, no delay. Expensive football queen, running plays all day.
Queens of the kingdom, crypto in our veins. We own the future, breaking every chain.
Hex and Pulsechain, building our wealth.
King Pooie, Queen Pooie, reigning in stealth.
From the shining city high on the hill,
Freedom through DeFi, we flexing that skill.
crypto's our path to self-improvement and gain.
Queens of the blockchain, we're changing the game.
From Richard Hart's vision to our own crown, crypto queens are rising, we'll never back down. Pulsechain, Hex, DeFi, it's all in our hands. We're breaking the limits, taking over the lands. With King Pooie, Queen Pooie, we light up the scene in the shining city. Crypto reigns supreme, queens of the kingdom. Forever we strive, freedom, wealth, and power. We keeping it live. We are the crypto queens forever, standing tall in the kingdom of blockchain. We answer the call, wealth, freedom, self-love. We found our way. The queens of crypto are here to stay.
I promise this is the last one. There's a crypto game coming to Pulsechain. Solid X, the Firewell. He's got some stuff cooking, and there's a game coming, and it's going to do great things for crypto. I'm really excited about the bridge opportunity too that's coming to Pulsechain because of this.